everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on the 2003 Pixar film Finding Nemo. Now, Finding Nemo is a 2003 computer animated adventure film that was done by Pixar Animation Studio. Now, much like other Pixar films that either dealt with facing the unknown like Toy Story 2 and finding a clean energy source like Monsters Inc., I would say Finding Nemo is a message about exploring the unknown and facing new tests and struggles. So the premise of the film is meant to follow a overprotective clownfish father known as Merlin, who goes along with a regular blue tang fish known as Dory to search for his missing son Nemo after he gets taken away by some unknown people. And we see how Marlin as well as Dory venture into the unknown to find Nemo back. I would say the two characters have a certain trope about them. I think the point of Merlin is meant to be overprotective, worrying, and is afraid of facing the unknown after what happened to his wife and other children. And I think Merlin's character is a bit of a message about facing the unknown and accepting and testing new dangers and new tests. And I think the point of Dory is meant to be a character who suffers from short-term memory loss and, of course, is meant to be more of the voice of reason at times. And I think for the most part, we do kind of see how they both end up arguing, but they both get along fine. We also do see how Nemo ends up in a fish tank at a dentist, where the other fishes, known as Gil, also Flo and all that, help Nemo to escape the dentist's niece, Darla, which is like a ticking time bomb until she comes to pick him up. I would say the characters have a certain trope about them. I would say Deb is meant to be a kind of crazy but kind of over-the-top fish who kind of thinks her reflection is her sister. We also see Bubbles, who is meant to be obsessed with Bubbles, Peach, who's kind of the lookout, and I think the point of Gil is meant to be a friend and a mentor to Nemo. And you can kind of tell Gil does see a lot of himself in Nemo and wants to kind of help him escape Darla's wrath. And I think throughout what the film gets right at is showing the locations, the areas, as well as the other places in the ocean deep. And I think when you kind of got the sort of scenery, you can tell they really paid attention to what the ocean looks like. I think when you've got things like the Great Barrier Reef, when you kind of got, say, the kind of jellyfish fields and the turtles going through a current, they really know how to kind of pay attention to what they wanted to tell. I also do feel when you've got Australia being shown around, it gives you that feel of what Australia looks like. I also do feel the human characters, or the minor ones, don't really fit into Finding Nemo, because I think when there's this one kid who looks shocked when seeing Darla and that getting attacked, I don't really think his design fitted the film. But I think for the most part, Finding Nemo does work as a film. It's more about adventuring in the unknown, facing new tests and struggles, and letting your kid free to do adventurous things, but being careful not to put them in a protective blanket. And I know we would eventually get a sequel known as Finding Dory 2, which is meant to kind of explain Dory's origins. So I think, to me, Finding Nemo is a film that I think really does hold up well and definitely teaches some life values about not putting things under a protective blanket, accepting the unknown, and going through challenges and new struggles. So I think this film definitely deserves a thumbs up. Still good and still alright. So, Comic Viewer here, signing out.